Sadhgurunath Maharaj Ki Jai, and welcome to Jagadambe Reads the Holy Books of India, Bhaktavijaya419. As you may remember, we were listening to the invocation of Mahipati. When the touchstone comes in contact with iron, how can iron rust exist? When a streamlet flows into the Ganges, it becomes sacred. In the same way, on whom thou dost look of thy own free will, with an eye of grace, his or her fame will spread in the three worlds, and will have no comparison. Thy bhaktas who are God-loving and indifferent to worldly life, do not forget thee even for a moment. Cause me to write the marvelous lines of those saints. Preceding chapter reviewed. At the end of the previous chapter, the life of the world showed a miracle. In a moment, he filled up all the grain cellars of Bodala. The green grain in his field was distributed among the pilgrims, and stalks became full of ears. At this extraordinary miracle, all wondered. They said Bodala is an avatar of God. He should not be called an ordinary person. We are ignorant and mean, and therefore we persecuted him. The grain bins, formerly empty, were now filled with grains, and Bodala had them looted by the Brahmins. As the mogra, fragrant flowering tree, when it has flowers, gives them to those who would like to enjoy them. As honey accumulates in the lotus flowers, they give it to the bees. Or as clouds pour the water accumulated in them onto the earth. In like manner, Ishikeshi, the Lord of the heart, being pleased, gave Bodala corn. He became indifferent to earthly things and distributed the corn to the Brahmins. The stalks were full of ears, and people rushed to see them. Bodala's reputation traveled from country to country, so the people said, extraordinary is the power of the saints. The story of Hansi. One day, while the loving Bhakta sat watching his field, Hansi, a female slave, suddenly came and fell at his feet. If you want to know who she was, just listen to her story. At a distance of 4 miles from Damagaon, there was another village called Raleras. The Patil, or Mukadam, 2 titles for the chief person of that place, was Bodala's father-in-law. When he died and went to the home of salvation, Mamatai was deprived of her mother's home. She had 2 brothers, evil-minded, both of them. They never inquired about Mamatai. They were very proud, and their actions were very bad. Hansi was a slave at their home. Her heart was very pious, and she was ever in the habit of singing the praises of Hari while she did her housework. The boundaries of Raleras and Damagaon were near each other. The Vaishnava Bhakta Bodala was once cultivating near the field of Raleras. The fields of the 2 impious brothers of Raleras and that of Bodala were side by side. They had employed Hansi the slave solely to watch the field. Bodala every day sat on the high seat in his field and sang the praises of Hari. The slave Hansi came there and listened to him with love. Bodala on women and slaves. She at once clasped the feet of the loving Bhakta and said, "Tell me some means by which my earthly life will be fruitful." Sadhgurunath Maharaj Ki Jai. Thank you for coming. I hope you come again.